So let's go into the project that I was really, really head in, hands in, legs in, behind in, everything into this past weekend. This past week really caught my attention, really got me excited, and none other than my man, my group right now, the people who have me like what is going on. I'm talking about NSG. They have an album out right now titled The Big Six. 14 songs, 51 minutes of incredible music. And let me just say real quick about NSG. They I think their music fully reflects what my life is like every single day. Now, for someone who is not currently living in Nigeria, their music just captures what my regular day looks like. Because every one of their songs can sound so touche. In the same song, it sounds very ras. Some of the things they're talking about and how they're saying it. Because one minute you're talking to people who are not Nigerians and you're trying to communicate with them, so you need to sound clear and all of that. And then the next minute you're on the phone with your guy from Nigeria and you're speaking pidgin, and you guys are talking about the stupidest things that don't even matter, and you get both vibes in every single song. They give you both, and I just love it. It's like what makes them very unique. You get it every single time they come out with a project, right? And I was really excited with this one because of the lead single that came out a few weeks ago, and we talked about it here, titled Venus, featuring Livia, by the way. Incredible voice, incredible lady right there. And I was kind of, what is this project going to be like? A lot of features, from Fino to Jerick to our very own Psycho YP as well. And let me just say this real quick. I mean, from this very first record, I'm like, what is happening? And from the very first single here, from the first single here titled The Big Six, also titled Amen, let me just say real quick, there was a line at the beginning in the rap that says, this is about quality and quantity. Bro, that summarizes this album in the few words. Like, not too many, 14 songs, but quality all the way. What makes me love this group? I heard it every single time in every single track, right? It's like, you love ice cream, right? You go to the store to get ice cream, and what you paid for is what you got. Basically, it is is what you get with NSG every single time, and I like that. If I want ice cream, I go to the store. I know this is where to get it, and I pay and I get it. I'm not, no tricks are being played on me here, right? It can be a different flavor, but I know these guys are still really good at making ice cream, right? So, like that for me, every time I listen to them, I know what I'm getting, right? Nobody's playing games with me about trying to please a certain crowd or trying to do something special that nobody asks for, that kind of thing. I love what I get from them every single time. They're not disappointing me. And this is not me. I'm not getting bored because they're mixing things up, from the songwriting to the beats as well. They're playing around the same. What makes you love them? They're what's the word I'm looking for? They have the ears to the ground that they can. They know what their fans love, and they just have that little bit in there to keep fans like me actually listening. Right? And it's a really remarkable project. Now let me go to this track 4, featuring Psycho YP. See, there is the Psycho YP that I love the best was revealed in that YP season from a few years ago, and I know there's a part of me that wants to hear that Psycho YP all the time, but I don't put that on him. I know what the industry is, but every time I want to hear that, I go back to that album. and he gave me a piece of that YP that I heard from a few albums ago. I heard that on this track. It was the it was just flawless. The chemistry between NSG and Psycho YP was flawless on this track. It just flowed. Beautiful music, beautiful music. Oh my gosh! Take me to track 7 with the song with Tak, titled "Tell Me." More of the R&B ish, kind of slows things down a little bit. I love it as well. I really 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 do. And there's this track with Madikal. I don't know some of these artists person outside of the feature with NSG, but I'm loving every single one. This one titled Tesco. I mean, this is the part of it where I'm saying it sounds so raz. Like, how do you come up and say who got rich from working in Tesco? I feel like this is personal. This is hitting at somebody in particular, like directed at somebody, and you trying to play games here. But incredible record. Track 11, Coil Ray. I mean, this is the Raz part of them that I also love as well. The feature of Fino, I don't have a problem with the track at all. But overall, this was a brilliant record. You know how they say too many hands spoil the soup kind of thing? No, this is too many hands. This is enough hands of expertise, and they got more hands. Now, this is a group of 6 people, and they have features, right? And so at every time, on most of the tracks here, there's 7 people on a record, and it still sounds absolutely ridiculously good. It's not easy to do this, right? Like, you have so many people on a record, and it doesn't sound rowdy. It doesn't sound too much, right? It's like you just get enough of everybody on every record, right? On the NSG side and from the artist that is being featured, and it doesn't even feel like that. Right? Like the track titled Venice has 7 people, right? The group NSG itself, 6, right? And then Lavia, 7, right? I mean, most of the tracks are 7 people. They didn't have more. I think it just featured, yeah, they didn't have more than one feature on each, on every record. But this is really good. This is an incredible project. I really do like it. I'm asking myself, the more I get into this over as weeks go by, I'm wondering whether I'm gonna love this more. This is just me personally. Like, because I'm still gonna go back to these tracks for sure. I already do love it. It's already on my list as one of my favorite albums this year. It's just absolutely good work, and you can tell that no short chords were taken. This wasn't rushed. Took their time to make sure that the music was good, from like the music from each track to each track. Like, I went through this album, and the moment I get back to track 1, I'm like, yeah, I mean, after that was, when you finish eating and you're full and you just sit back, like, you just sit for a minute and be like, let me take this whole thing in. That's it. Every time it went back to track 1, I'm like, oh my God. I just take a kind of deep breath. I'm like, oh wow, that was a lot to take in, but was good, in that sense. I really really do love these guys. Their commitment to consistency, to remaining consistent and giving. It's like they know this is what makes us, and we're going to just focus on that. And the success, the past few years, it's not a fluke. You can see how that is possible, where you just have fans who are waiting to hear your music, and whenever you deliver, what you deliver is what they want to hear, right? What you deliver is what they want to hear. Nobody's complaining. Well, I really do like this project. I'm telling you guys to go listen to it. You would not regret it. Maybe 1 or 2 records that I wasn't really feeling overall, but outside of that, this was a great job done here by this group NSG. They do not disappoint me. I mean, and it's album after album now. They're on a roll where it's like they're not running out of that creative spark. You can still hear it, the excitement, the in how they write their songs. Since I was listening to some of the songs as well, I was like, wait, how did you come up with this though?